Hello everyone and welcome back to CBSE Tech Talks. In today's session, we will be diving deep into one of the most important topics of grade 11th IP and grade 12th CS, and that is database concepts. First of all, what is database? A database system is basically a computer-based record-keeping system. The collection of interrelated data stored together to serve multiple applications. It is stored in such a way that it is independent of program which uses this data. The data is structured so as to provide a foundation for further application development. The intention here is that the same collection of data should serve as many applications as possible. The database should not only allow easy access, but also the continuous modification needed for control of operations. Introducing database system. The features of file-based systems of storing all the data in one big file, data stored without proper structures associated with it, and common data is repeated a number of times, and the limitations of file-based system, that is difficulty to access, data redundancy, data inconsistency, data isolation, data dependence, and data sharing or security or control issues prompted the development of a new approach called the database approach. The database system do not maintain separate copies of the same data. Rather, all the data is kept at one place, and all the applications that require data refers to the centrally maintained database. Applications of database. The next one is advantages of database. A database management system comprises of a database and a software that maintains the database and allows you to store, manipulate and retrieve data in a number of ways. First advantage is minimize data redundancy. Database stores all the data at one place, and all the applications that require this data can refer to the same central place. That minimize data redundancy, and data remains consistent and secure. Second, increases data consistency or reduces data inconsistency. By controlling data redundancy, the inconsistency is also controlled. Even if some redundancy is retained in the database due to technical reasons, but the database ensures that any change made to either of the two entries is automatically made to the other. Third, provides data security. A DBMS ensures data security and privacy by ensuring access to the database is through the proper channel, and also by carrying out authorization checks whenever access to sensitive data is attempted. Next is ensures data sharing. Individual piece of data in the database may be shared among several different users. Also, database can control which user can view what data by giving them privacy rights or access rights. Next, maintains data integrity. Database ensures that all the data follows the standardized structure and format. As it is having advantages, there are few disadvantages also. If we change from file based system to DBMS, or you can say to database management system, Installing of new software is costly. Even the cost of hardware and software will add on to the organization. Cost of data conversion. Now the files are to be converted to DBMS. It will also take some time and that is costly. Cost of staff training. Staff need training to handle DBMS, so even that cost added up. Appointing technical staff. Database failure may cause data losses, so regular data backups are required for databases. Next is, what is DBMS? It is a software to store, maintain and manage databases. Examples are MySQL, Oracle, MS SQL Server, etc. We will be handling MySQL only, or we will be using MySQL only. Now when we talk about the data models, what is data model? It is nothing but the way data is organized in a database. There are basically 4 types of database models: relational data model, network data model, hierarchical data model and object-oriented data model. In our syllabus, we have RDBMS only, that is relational data model. When we talk about the relational data model, the complete content is in the form of relation, or you can say in the form of table, which table is nothing but the combination of rows and columns. Let's move further. Components of a table. When we talk about the table, these are few components which you should be aware of. First of all, what is byte? Byte is nothing but a group of 8 bits and is used to store a character. Second is data item, smallest unit of named data. It may consist of any number of bits or bytes. There is no limitation for it. It represents one type of information and is referred to as a field or data element. The next one is record. Record is nothing but the other name given to table. Named collection of data items which represents a complete unit of information. Now table and named collection of all occurrence of a given type of logical record. So record and table. Table is also known as relation. Field, columns containing one type of information, they are fields. Let's go with the relational model technology, or you can say terminology. Now relation is nothing but table. When we talk about tuple, tuple is nothing but, you can say, row, or you can say record is known as tuple. In this case, this is a tuple. Attributes are nothing but the columns. Cardinality of a table is nothing but the number of records a table consists of. Next is degree. Degree is number of attributes. Domain is permitted values, or you can say pool of values from which the actual values appears in a given column. Okay, let's move next. Now there are some term view. Now the next thing is, what is a view? Now once table is created and you want few more things, or you can say you don't want that complete table to be used, or you want the content from more than one table. So we can make a logical table which actually does not exist, but logically that do exist. So view is nothing but that temporary table whose contents are taken from other tables depending upon a condition. Views do not contain data of their own. There is no data, but they are taken from the other tables. Content are determined by carrying out the execution of given query. So depending upon the query, it is going to take data from different tables. It is like other tables. You can write queries, you can update, you can insert records, you can delete records, you can join them with tables or views. Next is keys in RDBMS. In the relational database management system, there are some keys. Let's take an example, student relation or student table, which consists of roll number, registration number, name, class, section and marks. So roll number, registration number, name, class, section, mark, all these are attributes, while this way it is a record. 101, this number, 5001, 025 Aditya 12th A450, this is one record, this is one record, this way we have records. Now if you see it more carefully, now registration number as well as roll numbers are unique keys. No two records or no two students are having same registration number or roll number. So we need these two keys can be candidate for the primary key. Now what is exactly a primary key? Primary key is a unique key which is not a null value. It can't have null value, and the key which is used to distinguish the records from other records. Now when we talk about any class, roll number is a primary key in the class, but when we talk about the complete school, the same roll number do exist in each classes, so we go with the admission number. Now in this case, as the table consists of unique roll numbers and registration numbers are also unique, so these two key both makes it the candidate, means they are candidate for primary key. Now when we have more than one key as a candidate key, out of all the candidate key, one key will be created as the primary key, and the leftover keys are known as alternate keys. So primary key is a unique and not null. Candidate key, possible primary keys. It means all the possible keys which can be made as primary key are termed as candidate keys. Alternate keys or key, candidate key not used as primary key, means all the keys which can be made as primary key or which would have been made as primary key but are not made are known as alternate keys. Altogether we can define, or we can, in the layman language, we can say that primary key along with alternate keys makes candidate keys, or all the keys which are unique keys having unique values are candidate key, out of which you go with one as a primary key and leftover keys are known as alternate keys. Now the next one, again candidate key is just going on the same thing. Okay, now we have foreign key. There is one more key which is known as foreign key. It refers to primary key of the other table. Now if you carefully observe these two tables, employee table consists of employee number, e-name, grade, department, salary and commission. This table do come with by default with MySQL. Other table is department table, that consists of department number, DNAME and the location where the department is existing. In both the tables, department number do exist, but more than one employee do exist in the same department, so it is not primary key here. It is acting as primary key in the department table. So department table consists of 10, 20, 30 and 40. So these are unique keys. So the table which consists of primary key is known as parent table. So here department is acting as parent table, while employee, which is also having the same key in it, but the values are not unique, so that is known as child table. And the relation which we will be making as foreign key. So this key department number, which is in yellow color of table employee, is foreign key, which is referring to the department number of department table or department relation. So department number, which is green in color, is acting as primary key, and department table is known as parent table, and employee table is child table, and department number is acting as foreign key. So how to define? Foreign key refers to a primary key of other table. So this key is referring to the primary key of table department. I hope it's clear. Let's move to next. Now when we talk about MySQL Overview, it is open source RDBMS. You can easily download from internet. Uses SQL to manage data. So we will be doing SQL in the next video. Part of LAMP stack, reliable, fast and secure, and it is on the client server architect. So client and server architect it works upon. So we will be taking SQL in the next, and let's continue with the next. Now SQL structured query language is nothing but it is manipulate RDBMS. It is used to manipulate RDBMS, access or manipulate RDBMS. It consists of There are 4 categories, but we will be handling only 2, so that's why I have mentioned on 2 categories, DDL and DML. So data definition language and data manipulation language. Now there will be SQL commands also. So create, insert, select, update and delete. These are basic SQL commands. There are a few more, but these are given here. Now when we talk about DDL, that is data definition language, create is used to create a database or create table. Alter is to modify the table. Drop is to use the deleting the table or deleting databases. And describe is used to show the structure of table. DML, if we talk about, DML is inserting. If you are using insert, that is used to insert a record in the table. Update is used to modify the data, already existing data. If you want to modify, you want to change, so you have to use update. Delete is to remove the records, and select is to retrieve the data which is already existing. I think all these terminologies are clear to you all. So at the end, if we talk about the conclusion or call of action, now you know what is database, you know the database terms, components of table, RDBMS terminologies we have done, keys we have done, advantages and disadvantages of database is also done. If you are new to this video or to this channel, I would request you to like, comment and subscribe to CBSE Tech Talks for more such content. See you in the next video. Till then, keep trying, keep coding and take care of your health. See you in the next video.